This is a difficult pill to accept. Each of us has a 24-hour day. How then do some people manage to achieve success while others toil in hopelessness? Well, routines are the main factor in everything. And there is no doubt that your everyday actions will determine your fate. So instead of wasting time and possibly suffering, why not view this video? The following list of 15 behaviors should be abandoned right away. Greetings from this site. Spending money you don't have is the top offense. Here is one that those with negative attitudes are most likely to commit. Earning money is enjoyable. We fully comprehend it. However, spending money you don't have to chase a cheap dopamine high is the equivalent of making a promise to your future self to live in poverty eternally. And trust us when we say that you don't want to fall into a vicious circle of debt and insecurity. This might put you in a position where you're always playing catch-up, trying to pay off your obligations while more keep coming in. And if you've ever visited a bank, you're already aware that borrowing money frequently entails interest and other costs that can add up rapidly. For instance, if you obtain a personal loan with a 10% annual interest rate, you will have to pay an extra $1,000 in interest fees every year. This money could have been used to pay off high-interest bills or save for retirement, among other things. Spending money you don't have can also make it harder for you to reach your financial objectives. For instance, if you rely on credit cards to support your lifestyle, you might not be able to invest, save for emergencies, or set away money for retirement. This puts you at risk for unforeseen costs or, worse, financial ruin if you lose your employment or experience a health emergency. Therefore, exercise caution when using your credit card. It can quickly leave you impoverished. The second is consuming junk cuisine. Being unwell does not make you beautiful or worthy of admiration. It's an indication that you don't look after yourself enough. Therefore, if you currently have any junk food in your freezer, please do yourself a favor and toss it. If you're wondering what we mean by junk food, it's essentially anything that is high in calories, sugar, fat, and nutrient content. Candy, chips, soda, fast food, and other heavily processed treats are included in it. Your health can be harmed by eating too much unhealthy food in a number of ways. First of all, it causes weight gain and obesity, which raises the chance of getting diseases like high blood pressure, diabetes, and heart disease. Junk food can also increase inflammation in the body, which can result in a variety of other issues like cancer and autoimmune illnesses. Do not underestimate the impact that junk food can have on your emotional health. It can show up as mood changes, irritability, and difficulty concentrating. Your sleep habits may even be disturbed, which may cause additional health problems. So instead of making junk food a habit, how about keeping a balanced diet with lots of whole foods and consuming it only occasionally as a treat? Number 3. Interacting with the subpar. Spending too much time around average individuals can hinder your personal growth and even cause you to become average yourself. It can be simple to become complacent and stagnant in your own personal development when you are surrounded by people who don't continuously challenge you to be your best. Additionally, interacting with average people can normalize averageness and make it seem desirable or even okay. It's possible that you'll start to acquire their attitudes and habits, which will make you settle for less and stop aiming for the best in your own life. Furthermore, it can be difficult to keep your own drive and motivation if you are frequently surrounded by people who lack ambition or a sense of purpose. You might start to doubt your own skills and feel as though your own ambitions and objectives are unrealistic or unreachable. As a result, it's critical to associate yourself with individuals who encourage you to reach your full potential and who will support your personal growth and development. You'll be able to realize your best potential in life and maintain your drive and motivation as a result. Neglecting your mental well-being is number 4 in the modern world. Not being neurotic is a rare and priceless condition of being. Mental wellness is important. The issue is that many individuals aren't aware of this significance. A variety of mental health issues, including depression, worry, and stress, can result from neglecting your mental health. Your quality of life may be significantly impacted by these conditions, which may also make it challenging to carry out routine chores. Additionally, it strains and tenses your interactions with other people. Additionally, disregarding your emotional health can have an adverse effect on your physical health. For instance, persistent worry and anxiety can result in heart disease, high blood pressure, and other issues. Additionally, those close to you are impacted when your mental health is neglected. Healthy relationships with family, friends, and co-workers can be challenging to keep, and they even have the potential to strain marriages and partnerships. Even your children's health will be impacted if you have kids. Children are extremely perceptive to their parents' emotional states, so if they are frequently exposed to a parent who is experiencing mental health issues, it will likely have an impact on their own development and mental health. Therefore, it's important to prioritize your mental health and seek help. Neglecting your physical well-being is number 5. Without a healthy body to support it, a healthy intellect is practically useless. Your short and long-term well-being may suffer from a variety of negative effects if you neglect your bodily health. For instance, it may increase the chance of developing chronic illnesses like heart disease, type 2 diabetes, and obesity. Additionally, it may lead to lower amounts of energy, weakened immune system, and worsened mental health. On the other hand, leading a busy lifestyle has many advantages. Maintaining a healthy weight, lowering your chance of developing chronic diseases, and improving your cardiovascular health can all be achieved with regular exercise. Additionally, it can improve your mood and lessen the signs of anxiety and melancholy. Additionally, engaging in regular physical exercise can enhance cognitive function and promote sound sleep. It doesn't have to be difficult or time-consuming to incorporate physical activity into your everyday schedule. Your general health can be significantly impacted by simple exercises like walking, cycling, or swimming. Finding activities you love and making them a regular part of your schedule are the keys to success. Procrastination is number 6. Every day, millions of lives are destroyed by delay. It is the stealthiest and most deadly adversary of productivity and discipline. It is the main cause of your inability to complete tasks and is keeping you from realizing your maximum potential. Your job prospects, relationships, and reputation can all suffer from procrastination. So, if you're struggling with this, think about the long-term repercussions. Stop it now before it becomes even more difficult. 7 sleeps for fewer than 7 hours each day. Maintaining excellent physical and mental health requires a consistent sleep schedule and getting enough sleep. Numerous detrimental outcomes can result from consistently getting less sleep than we require or from having an irregular sleep pattern. First of all, a lack of sleep can result in bodily issues like obesity, heart disease, and a compromised immune system. Due to the impairment of cognitive function and response time brought on by lack of sleep, it can also increase the risk of accidents and injuries. Additionally, a shortage of sleep can negatively affect your mental health. It can impair one's ability to focus or recall information and raise feelings of stress, anxiety, and depression. Lack of sleep has also been connected to cognitive deterioration and an elevated chance of neurological disorders like Alzheimer's disease. This topic has been covered in depth in our 2 videos on early and evening routines. If this is something you need to focus on, take a look at those. Getting intoxicated or using narcotics is number 8. Yes, those are the activities that young people find most exciting. Look, we get it, okay? We all like to have fun. But at what expense? Let's consider the risks. Chronic drug abuse can result in liver damage, heart issues, and a higher chance of cancer. Certainly, it is stated quite plainly on the cigarette box that drugs and alcohol can exacerbate mental health conditions and result in the emergence of new disorders like addiction, depression, and anxiety. Long-term substance abuse can also negatively impact your social and financial well-being, resulting in relationship problems, employment loss, and financial hardship. In conclusion, drinking alcohol and using illegal drugs can be very risky and seriously harm your physical, mental, and social well-being. It's critical to steer clear of these behaviors and, if required, get support. The young frequently squander their youth. Taking guidance from weak people is number 9. Thomas Sowell once made the remark, "You tell people the truth when you want to assist them. You tell them what they want to hear when you want to assist yourself." Weak people are incapable of handling the reality themselves, which is why they will never tell you the truth out loud. Why would you listen to advice or seek for feedback from someone who thinks that way? 10th, trying to satisfy everyone. No matter what you do, there will always be someone who disapproves of you. Because it is difficult to please everyone, why not put yourself first? Look, we're not encouraging you to be selfish here, but being a people pleaser will never earn you any respect. The most valuable thing you have is time, so use it wisely. Using the hashtag number 11 to appear cool on social media is one factor that is increasingly causing people to feel anxious. Guys, believe us when we say that the majority of people who claim to have the ideal life, the fantasy life, or the ideal lifestyle are liars. They are merely trying to offer you a brand that they know you aspire to. The difference between you and them is that while they monetize it to sell you more of that fantasy, you are giving them the time that you could be using to realize your own goal. It's time you woke up, placed your phone away, and began pursuing your own aspirations. Drinking too much coffee at position 12. Has the afternoon collapse ever been mentioned to you? A phenomenon known as the afternoon crash occurs when people frequently experience a decline in energy, mood, and focus in the middle of the day, usually between 2 o'clock and 4 p.m. It's frequently linked to a drop in blood sugar levels and irregular circadian cycles, which can make you feel tired, sleepy, and have trouble focusing. Overindulging in caffeine can result in a midday crash. While caffeine can improve concentration and alertness, it can also interfere with the body's natural rhythms and lead to a midday crash. This is because caffeine increases the production of adenosine hormone, a chemical that builds up in the brain throughout the day and signals the body to rest. Adenosine floods the brain after the caffeine burns off, resulting in fatigue and sleepiness. So now you are aware that it is not a good habit to assume that drinking another coffee will fix your irregular sleeping patterns. Stupid is consumed by number 13. Sugar consumption. Too much sugar consumption can lead to weight increase, obesity, and a number of health issues, such as metabolic syndrome, type 2 diabetes, and heart disease. Sugar may also contribute to dental decay, which, as we all know, is expensive to treat. Additionally, eating sugar can cause blood sugar spikes and crashes, which can impact your emotions and energy levels. Additionally, foods that are high in sugar often lack essential nutrients, which can lead to nutrient deficiencies or malnutrition if one relies too heavily on such foods in their diet. Always read the ingredients and label of the food you are consuming. The only person in charge of what you place in your body is you. Watching too much Netflix was number 14. Please don't view it if you're not learning anything from it. By spending too much time in front of a computer rather than participating in more fulfilling activities, binge-watching TV programs can promote a sedentary lifestyle. Additionally, viewing poor-quality television can harm mental health by encouraging unfavorable thought patterns, decreasing drive, and escalating feelings of boredom and apathy. Keep in mind that all of these things exist to divert your attention away from your potential. Number 15 is always hearing the bad news. It is thought to be a poor habit to read bad news because it can have a negative impact on one's mental and emotional health, which can be detrimental to one's life. Getting too much bad news can make you feel stressed, depressed, and anxious. The tendency for negative news stories to get more notice and coverage than positive ones could also result in a skewed perspective on the world. Regularly reading bad news can also make one feel hopeless and helpless, which can have an impact on one's motivation and perspective on life. It can also result in a person only paying attention to bad things, missing out on good things and chances for growth. As a result, it's critical to exercise awareness when consuming media and to avoid being overly exposed to unfavorable news. Ignore the confusion and pay attention to what counts. You can't really influence most things. What is one behavior that you have been attempting to break for some time? Tell us about your experience. We'd be delighted to address it in a future video. If you thought this information was helpful, please say thanks by giving us a like. Share this video with your peers to ensure that more people see it. As always, I appreciate your time. If you're looking for more, view this video. Next.